you're new, welcome to my channel. My name is Maya. Sorry I look like a train wreck. It's been such a long day. I legit just got Greyson to bed like 10 minutes ago. And I also have to work in the morning, so great. But today's video, I'm going to be talking about what happened today. If you follow me on Snapchat, then you guys know that I posted something about can't win with Greyson, and it's just basically like one thing after another with him. So a lot happened today, and I know a lot of you guys had messaged me and were like, oh my god, is Greyson okay? And all of that, so I'm going to explain everything that happened right now. So to start off, today we went in for a doctor's appointment that I scheduled for Greyson's cough, because Greyson has had a cough and I just wanted to make sure it was nothing like super serious or COVID related, which I really didn't think it was COVID related. I just thought maybe he had something other wrong with him, and I just wanted to make sure it wasn't that. Just forewarning, Greyson doesn't have COVID, he just has a really bad cold, which is also what I have. So all of you out there who were on my Instagram saying that me and Greyson had COVID because we had coughs, we don't. So yes, we went in for his doctor's appointment, and prior to his doctor's appointment, we did get a call from his doctor's office because they did blood work for him at his 2-year to check over everything that was supposed to be checked over at his 1-year that they took. Oh, this is so hard to explain. At his 1-year appointment, they took blood work from him to make sure that everything was good. They usually take blood from babies at 1 year anyways, but they also did blood work to make sure nothing was wrong with him, like anything was like preventing him from gaining weight, because we have been trying to figure out why Greyson doesn't gain very much weight. He's just never really gained too much weight and all that. So at his 2-year, his new doctor decided to take blood again just to check and make sure again, just to double check, like maybe they missed something or something like that. So they called me and said that his blood work showed that his protein levels were low and that they wanted a urine sample. So I obviously scheduled his appointment for his cough, so they just did his urine sample today and all of that. So we went in for his doctor's appointment, and I was like, okay, everything's gonna be fine, we're just gonna get his cough checked out, and she's just gonna be like, yeah, you just need to do this and this to get his protein levels up. Boy, was I wrong. It was way more hectic than what I was planning. So we went in, everything was going good, and then she came in and she was explaining to me what was going on with his protein levels. So she told me that his protein levels aren't super low. They're literally just like under the cusp of being fine. So it wasn't too concerning. And then she told me that he was slightly anemic. And if you guys don't know what anemic means, it basically means you are lacking red blood cells, which isn't good. So she did a little digging around, and she looked at Greyson's past health history, she looked at his past hospital visits that he's had and all of that, and she basically told us that she found out that really first timing ever for the hippo to go off. But basically she told me that Greyson is milk intolerant. And when she told me that she's pretty sure Greyson's milk intolerant, I'm like, what? Greyson's been drinking formula and is drinking milk his entire life. Like, what do you mean he's milk intolerant? And basically, she's pretty sure that Greyson has been milk intolerant since he's been born. She noticed that I had trouble breastfeeding and he wouldn't latch, and that we switched from a few different formulas because he was having trouble with them. She noticed that he was having constipation issues, and we were at a hospital for them at some points. And she just kind of put pieces together and said, well, I'm pretty sure he's milk intolerant. And basically what milk intolerant means is that he can't drink milk. It doesn't necessarily mean all dairy products, it's just strictly milk. But either way, we're staying away from as much dairy as we can, just on the off chance. Now, what came shocking to me was when we basically figured out that he was milk intolerant his whole life, was the fact that his old doctor's office never caught on to that and never diagnosed that. Because when he had his 1-year doctor's appointment and had his blood work done, we're wondering if they just never checked his protein levels, never saw that they never checked to see his red blood cell count. Like, we don't know what they didn't check, because I also found out at his new doctor's office that his old doctor's office did not check his hemoglobin like they were supposed to. So I have no idea how much other stuff they never checked for Greyson when he had blood work done through them. And that's really, really scary to know that if I never switched Greyson's doctor's office and stayed with his old doctor's office, that this could have continued to go on and be way worse than what it is, which is really, really scary. Like, it's super scary. So we were instructed to take milk completely out of his diet, which for a 2-year-old who has done nothing but grown up drinking milk, that's really difficult, because that means no more chocolate milk, mac and cheese can't be made with milk anymore, pizza's out of the question, like a lot of things that are his favorite things, like ice cream too, he can't eat those anymore, and that really sucks. She kind of explained it to me like this. So she said, imagine being allergic to a specific type of soap, and you continue to use that soap over and over again, even though you're allergic to it. Your hands are going to become raw because you're allergic to it, and it's going to turn your hand raw because of the allergic reaction you're having to it. So basically, him drinking milk for the past 2 years has made his stomach lining completely raw, and he's not getting the nutrition that he needs because of it, which could be a factor, and probably is a factor, as to why Greyson's growth hasn't been going up as much as I would have liked to seen, as probably as much as his doctors like to see. She's still not completely worried to no end about his weight. She said that he's still very active, so it could still have no part in it, but there is a very good chance that that could be the part of it, is he's not getting the nutrition that he needs. So if you're not getting what you need, your body can't function right. She also said that with his history of ear infections, which if you guys don't know, Greyson has had so many ear infections since he's been born. I can't even count. I probably can't even count on my hands how many times he's had an ear infection, which is very scary, because if he gets enough ear infections, there could become a possible point in time where he would need tubes in his ears, which I don't want to put him through ever. Like, that's no. So that could also be a factor of his ear infections, and also why he gets sick a lot of the time. It's because his body is just not getting the nutrition that he needs because of his allergy to milk and his stomach being basically rubbed raw. So we're taking milk out of his diet. We got him some lactose-free milk. I tried looking to see if there was any toddler formulas that were lactose-free, and I couldn't find any. I might look online to see if there's any. I tried looking on Pediasure's website to see if maybe Pediasure had any lactose-free products, and they don't, unfortunately, which, Petey, sure, should get on that. But what kind of like really just breaks my heart is that for the past 2 years, I have been giving my child milk, and he's been allergic to it, and I've never known, and for all I know, could have been in pain his entire life, and I never know it, because to me, obviously not knowing until now that he's allergic to it, it was hurting him giving him milk instead of benefiting him and giving him the calcium and nutrition that he needed from it. It just kind of like breaks my heart, because I never would want to give my child something that he's allergic to or hurt him in any way, and basically because a doctor's office didn't check what they were supposed to, my child ended up suffering for it, and it really does break my heart. So basically where we're at now is he has an appointment for his 2.5-year checkup, which is just like an annual checkup that he gets. We're gonna take more blood then, see if anything's changed, and if it has, that's great. If not, she said that we'd be admitted somewhere. I don't remember where she said. We would probably have to go see stomach doctors as well, which is really scary. I'm doing this all on my own, and just going through this is really scary, and not knowing what the next 6 months holds for us. All I can do is really just hope for the best and hope that he gets better and it changes and this helps. And if not, I don't know what we're gonna do. I am very, very thankful though for his doctor's office he has now. They are super sweet, and his doctor went above and beyond to figure out that this was going on, rather than just putting the blame to something like his old doctor's office basically did. They would say that it was because I wasn't feeding him enough, or he needed to have his milk cut down to a certain level, which none of that really helped. And she actually went through and checked and saw that there was like kind of like a recurring pattern, if you would say, and realized it wasn't anything that we were doing wrong or right. It was the factor of an allergy that nobody seemed to think about or to even consider. They just kind of slapped an easy band-aid on in a way and just went about. And I'm just really glad I switched his doctor's office. I feel a lot more comfortable there because it's a small doctor's office in a small town where they don't get very many patients. They're very, very good with bedside manners and always listen and do the best that they can for my child. And all I want to say to any moms out there, especially young moms, if you guys have a gut feeling and you think that it's time to switch doctor's office, do it. Most definitely do it. If you feel like you're not getting the answers that you need, definitely go switch to a different doctor's office, because at the end of the day, switching the doctor's office, the worst that could happen is they tell you the same thing and them just giving you the same answer, and you just having a second person telling you that yes, what they're saying is true. Like, there's nothing wrong with trying a different doctor's office if you aren't getting answers like you need to. Because if I were to still be going to that other doctor's office, I could still be giving Greyson milk for years on end, and it could be completely hurting him, and could be way worse than what it actually is today. Anyways, that is all for this video. I promise I'm going to try to film some more videos. The last couple of days have just been kind of hectic, and this was like a last minute video. But I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. And I will see you guys all in the next one. Bye guys.